All right, so baseball's back in it here, and their talks are re-engaged, and the MLB Players Union is not playing. They've reached out to the baseball owners already and showed a willingness to actually participate in the 14-team playoff that the owners really wanted. That has been estimated to generate about $100 million extra dollars in revenue into the baseball coffers. Now, obviously, the owners wanted that bad. The players were resistant to it. They had already compromised at a 12 game, which is two more than what they already have. I'm personally not a fan of 14 games because then you're just allowing, the more mediocre teams into the playoffs, and there's too many teams in the playoffs. But that said, it also offers an opportunity from a team that might be 500. They might go on a heater and might just run the deck on everybody. So that can happen too. It's happened before in the playoffs. I think the Braves might have won 84 games or something this year, and they won the World Series. So they have shown a willingness to do this in exchange for more flexibility in the collective bargaining, threshold levels, and a couple other issues. But at the very least, it's not just, here's what I want. It's, here's what we like, and in exchange, we like, to do this, or, offering some compromises here, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. Now, this is just a start. Now, there's some other things going on, too. Before I get into it, make sure that you're subscribed to this channel so you have all the intel on what's going on, and you'll know exactly when the lockout's over, and everything that happens afterward, you're going to get it on this channel. So, with that, there's a lot of teams that are concerned with, scouting's kind of been shut down, too, now. So, there are teams reaching out and actually, showing a willingness or requesting to cancel the Rule 5 draft because it's not... being able to scout people and put them in a position for teams to pick, that's not really going on right now. So that it's hurting that side of it too. Additionally, spring training games have now been pushed back until March 18th. So that means they're probably going to eat into a little bit more of the regular season if they don't come to a deal pretty soon. But with that said, this is probably a decent start and a proactive approach here from the union. It's kind of their counter proposal and saying they want more flexibility. They're willing to do this 14-team playoff in exchange for more flexibility in the CBT. And keep in mind, they had wanted about a 200. Well, they initially wanted 245. They worked down to 238. The players in exchange wanted 220. And the owners wanted 220. It was 4 teams, and I have it right here: the Angels, the Diamondbacks, the Tigers, and the Reds, who voted no for the $220 million threshold. So they still had the votes, 26 out of 30, and it sounds as if to even go upward, maybe 230 or higher, they might likely still have the votes. But I just found it interesting that 4 teams who never hit the threshold, so it doesn't apply to them, are voting no to the threshold. So kind of interesting, but that's where we're at right now. And I would expect to hear some feedback from the MLB owners shortly. I mean, if they show a willingness to give a little, leeway on the threshold levels, and this thing could probably come together pretty quickly, especially since that was one of the main things that they wanted to begin with, a 14-team playoff. And if they can get it and give these things in return, even if they lose another vote or two, they're still going to have the 23 out of 30 votes that they would need to ratify an agreement or a deal to end the lockout. So just wanted to give you a heads up on what's going on. Those are the kind of exchanges that we've had over the last 24 hours. And I will keep it coming, so make sure you're not missing it. And anything else that happens, you're going to know. So have a good week, guys. Talk to you later.